Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story. There are high hopes at McMaster University this weekend. Universities across the country are gearing up for the return to school. Mac is one of them, hoping this school year goes ahead with no new COVID restrictions. And it's starting with the kind of boisterous welcome McMaster was known for before COVID hit. Al Sweeney has the story.
The cars were lined up at Mac throughout the day. Families dropping off kids at school for their first year of university. And finally, no mandatory COVID restrictions for students or the welcoming volunteers.
So last year I didn't have this exciting experience because of COVID, so it's a lot more exciting this year.
We've been planning this for a couple weeks. We make sure everything's organized, all the students come in.
The university is expecting 4,000 first-year students for the fall.
Very excited for her. She's going to do amazingly.
What do you think of this? What do you think of this reception?
It's great. It's amazing.
Many are just out of high school, moving into residence.
This is a huge time of transition for our students, but we're so excited to welcome them. We have students on hand to help with that. There are definitely some tears. There's some emotional moments from the families.
This is the first traditional move-in weekend for McMaster since 2019, with the residents at full capacity. In 2020, the welcome was done online. In 2021, it was spread out over a week for fewer than the usual number of students. But this year, things are starting to look like normal. Masks and vaccines are no longer required. A message from McMaster's president, David Farrar, says the university has decided to continue to pause the vaccine mandate and to strongly encourage masking, but on a voluntary basis. However, it warns that if the pandemic and public health advice shifts and government requirements change, we may need to quickly reinstate a mask requirement and a vaccine policy. Students are working with the policy as it is.
Everyone's encouraged to wear masks, and I think everyone's taking the precautions needed. I think it's good.
We're taking precautions when needed. Like, we're not forced to it. We have to do it when we're required to do it.
And students are getting ready for school to start.
Definitely nervous. I don't know, it's going to be a big change from high school, definitely.
Right.
In general, the vibe is just good. Like, they're very welcoming.
Okay. So the vigorous welcome celebrations continue tomorrow. As for COVID, the university reiterates that if there are any pandemic changes or a COVID comeback, it's going to follow the rules laid out by the provincial government. Nicole?